What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. A ton of you guys found it really cool when I pointed out trends of cards actually going down that you could look at through the market, so I'm going to continue that today at the start with OTS Pack 16 being so clamored for, yet so widely open that we're seeing competitive prices on it finally, and Droplet is now sub $200 available. You have Cyber Dragon near 150, and then Firewall all the way down at 36, and the super rares completely bottoming out. Like Nerval at one point was $8, and now we see a market price of $230, $250. We are also headed towards a no sooner than and ban list fears, but let's go ahead and go through this, starting with Droplet. A lot of people are saying, John, I think people should buy them now. Max rarity will maintain, and there's some truth in that if you are in the market and have to play Droplet right now. The other Droplet is near $100 cost basis, and we know that could fall way greater, but it really depends. Will it be short printed in Brothers of Legend and miss the megatons? Will we get that nice double scoop reprint and end up in the tens, and then it really get a cheaper cost basis where the ultimate will fall anyways? Because we do see, even with highly played cards, Lightning Storm got another mid-high rarity with the collector rare, and it just blew the knees out of the freaking Lightning Storm Starlight like it turned 30. I took away your bending, and it's down towards $325, where we were seeing sales at $450, even $500, $560. Now, granted, Lightning Storm is more format dependent than Droplet, and that might sound weird, but with Lightning Storm, we saw a surge of it back in the metagame when Eldritch resurfaced, and then Eldritch fell off a bit back towards tier 2, and then Lightning Storm kind of went back with it to not being main deck necessary. We decided to put it in the side deck, that kind of thing. Back and forth, Lightning Storm has surged in and out, where Droplet, ever since inception, has been more of a mainstay way to answer boards. You still get to put that damage in where Dark Ruler no more doesn't let you, but with more copies of this almost no matter what, I do think we'll see a little more fallout. But if you have to have one right now, I do think it's Droplet. Also to note, people kind of point this as a, it doesn't matter, so many of them have it. There's a lot going on with the spell card, actually quick play symbol, and you can even see on their copy there's a little mistake, a glaze over. I've seen some really cool errors there, and what used to be common errors often really age well. Like we saw a ton of name shifts in Rise of the Duelists early, and people paid like 10 more bucks on triple tactics talents and droplets with those huge name shifts, and now those are worth way more. For something like this, I might actually look at how cool your error is on that card, and long term that could be something cool that goes along with Droplet. Now, Cyber Dragon I still call to be the front runner long term of this set, but old school Cyber Dragon is all the way back from over a decade ago, 2005, so it's had way more time to age. People didn't take as good of their care of their collectibles back then, and when we do see this declining sales rates, it was at what, 220, 240 at one point, and we see it now available in this price range for a while. It's sitting near its all-time low, and with it ripped open so much, you do see Cyber Dragons pop back into the I think it was Hakuna My Data, sorry if I'm murdering which duelist did well with it, but actually showed that Cyber Dragon can do something in this metagame. I think it's very awesome that Cyber pops into metagame after metagame were unexpected, even though you should always expect it, kind of like Infernoids. And finally, Firewall Dragon, Ace Monster Ultimate Rare. I know we wanted a cheaper version of this, like $1 for its written translation inside of a card, proper updated card text instead of a ghost and then an ulti, but at $35 an ulti, I'm starting to complain a little less. Instead, I thought it would go from 50, 60, 75, start rivaling the ghost a little, but no, this has just gotten nothing but down, and it's only seeing real play in Code Talkers, I guess. I should look if it's in Agnes or Mathmax decks like that, but for the most part, I feel like the most competitive deck that's really utilizing it right now might be Code Talkers, and let me know if it's played in Agnes, or I need to look at updated lists of that. And besides that, the super rares, thanks to this being ripped open en masse, Nerval was 8, King of the Skull Servants. I would never bet against max rarity Skull Servants staying low for too long, and I even like Super Cyberstein, even though the secret rare looks a lot nicer in my opinion. Now, moving forward, it's the last day for the sale over on Tier 0 Insta-Day. Check it out, code What's Good 5 stacks on top of a lot of awesome items that are already 15% off. Most pre-orders it doesn't apply to, but they've been changing what is special on the sale each day, so pay attention to Tier 0's Twitter for the last day. Other cards that have been going down that I've noticed, Armed Dragon level 10 has really sunk along with Requiem, but people don't always play Requiem even in Phantom Knights. They choose to go other routes. I really like Armed Dragon level 10's ulti, and I'm gonna express why, even though I don't like how it looks the most like Regeki, etc. The ultra rare first edition has had terrible sales rates since the extra ultra reprint and the ultimate rare. We can even see it's just struggling, floundering, not really going anywhere for this copy, yet it still sits at a high price, and we can see its old price point. So people used to be willing to spend 80 to 100 for this first edition, but now the ultimate rare is so far under that, despite time and time again, we see that new age ultis blow first edition original out the water long term like Dark Arm Dragon. So for one of the coolest Chaz it up ultis out there to be under $25, I could see this getting bought out in the future, and using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying under $25 seems like a pretty awesome price if you've been waiting for a nice version of this card. Also, Toon Kingdom, speaking of cards that used to be insane, wasn't the secret rare like $60 to $75 grossly as we awaited a reprint and Konami kept trolling us not putting it in sets? Well, the ultimate rare is far under that still right now. $45 readily available, many under 50, and you can see even huge deals popping up on this card from time here and there. If you've been waiting to add this to your collection, now is also a perfect time during this off season where people don't have the ban list, like it's on the horizon. They don't have any sets this month, and if you have a little extra budget for Yu-Gi-Oh, I would definitely improve your collection in places where it's almost definitely not going to go down in price versus how these are. And finally, I wanted to bring up Maximum Gold. Some cards are actually going up in here, and as we head towards a new Gold series or a new update a year later after most products, you'll notice all of a sudden some things spike over and the old product slash the old sealed starts to really disappear as people go, oh, I'd like this to match that in my collection, or the line's updated, I'm going for this. So we could see a lot of last like all-time lows in Gold series, and we've seen a lot of cards go up. I remember $1.50 Toads. Everybody who actually listened to me on that one, yo, you're doing pretty nice. Apollosa also up towards $9 here. The Ghost Scrolls have improved over time, but cards like Red Eyes Black Dragon and its classic art, its first holo reprint in a long time, I get the gold is kind of divisive. Not everybody likes it, but I do think the USA version, like the NA TCG release of Gold series, looks really nice, where the EU looks like it's kind of scratched up and didn't translate well. So do consider the copies you're buying, even if it's online, try to make sure you're getting American print. And I wanted to show kind of how things link into other things within Market Watch. I noticed Link Rebo's up towards $2, so I looked around, and the ultra rares from Dual Power are still just barely above that versus the ultra rare without foiling or gold letter rare over in Max Gold, and the common is around there too. So this has been going up. It's seeing play in Drytron, I believe, as well as Altergeist seeing a surgence in the metagame a little bit. Again, I know MCole 40 has been covering that. So ultra rare Dual Power Link Revo, definitely something you should consider, considering it is also 1/3 the price of the Jump and the Advent Calendar versions. But Jump, you know, people also collect those. Not a bad way to get the top rarity, even if they're both ultra. We covered Junk Synchron going up a lot. Duelist Saga is starting to return if you want a cool rarity, but like Gold series, it's also divisive. More people say they like it a lot more now. They want a second Duelist Saga. The haters have kind of calmed down on the rarity, but I do get why not everybody likes it, and I'll bring that up time and time again. But what is very cool is the old German Advent calendars, the predecessor to the series where we got those Karibo boxes that aren't so great yet are starting to age well. Well, they used to upgrade things ahead of time, like Super Sirocco, Super Kaluth for Black Wings. That's a C moment. But also Junk Synchron has a super rare that is still readily available, very cheap. They're all going to be German language, but we can even see a spike on the EU graph here. I can't find any on eBay currently, but if you have connects over there, or you're one of the European crowd, there's a lot of you that watch Market Watch to see trends ahead from the US. formats that end up translating sometimes over there, where other times there's zero impact because of card market system, and you all go, dang, you Americans are crazy. Well, here's an actual spike on your end, / a nice version for Americans to maybe hunt down, or some international deals to happen on a very cool version. Now, of course, we were going to cover Ghostrick's going to the moon. We covered it last night to kind of encapsulate the prices things were at, and things have spiked like Ghostrick Mary going down and quantities going even further in price. Angel of Mischief was my suggestion, and actually out the gate, Master Dinnerflex found a 1-card combo going Tour Guide of the Underworld into Alucard into Mary, ability to get that reborn, ability to go into Mary, and then F-Zero straight out of there. It's kind of crazy how the new Ghostrick support created a 1-card combo with Tour Guide into F-Zero, but realistically, 1-card combos with Tour Guide are a lot better in Phantom Knights with Levier, and my mind immediately went there, and I'm kind of shocked the common is now up towards $4 lowest. Like, actually, when you look, with shipping, they're really about there, although we do have one seller. I don't think this was here earlier, so kudos, it's a little bit cheaper, and it heads towards 4 quickly for even the common. I would get Levier's like sooner than later if you're looking for specific versions. Like even the 10 supers are like $6 plus, but at least it's a holographic. But these are also the cards Konami could be privy to and put as gold letter rares, because Gold Series is such an expansive set. So all these big brain 5-head calls you guys are making during reprint season, this is why prices tend to go a little bit lower, or quantities tend to come back. You have to dodge Megatons for core sets, not really passings, but then Gold Series for pass sets, as well as Brothers of Legends for pass sets, and nice holo upgrades. Levier never had a secret rare too. There's really some awesome reprints that could be coming, and when Konami does look around at something they haven't touched in years that's going up in price, it can end up as a reprint somewhere, but maybe it misses it all and it's not on Konami's radar. But yeah, I looked through tour guides too. The secret rares have calmed down towards 120 for first edition. That's not too calm versus 140. And a lot of the nicer versions of Tour Guide are up in price, and that's where I also saw Gold Series and thought, you guys should probably be looking through Gold Series. $2. This looks really cool. You also have the alter art upgraded. You can have matching kind of sets, and that's a half print for either art, because anything that had an alter art in that set got, 50% in the alter art, 50% into the regular card in terms of set ratios for it to all come together. Blue Eyes and Dark Magician were the only half prints in Gold Series, so you definitely do want to consider maybe that original art in gold, as we do see that divisive Duelist Saga rarity up towards $7. I would call that a bit of a penny stunk. And F-Zero himself, it's only in King's Court. I don't see a reprint for this for a long time unless the Utopia support gets split out of a structure deck and this does end up with some kind of secret rare reprint somewhere. But we haven't seen any of the Ace Rival Protagonist cards reprinted yet. Maybe Dragoon someday. Konami has to cash in before the ban list, right? But also F-Zero has calmed down. This has been to 10 to 12 multiple times, and as the hype leaked out of the room from the Zodiacs on the ban list, this is now available around $7 again. If you've been waiting for your number collection for that nice prismatic secret rare from World Superstars, where we started to get in the TCG, a little piece of history there that is now way lower in price. And also, things going crazy because of the ban list. I made fun of you all buying out Masterpiece, and now we even see $35 sales, tons of $26 going, and the lowest first edition in the room is $33 before it quickly starts going up from there. I am so disappointed in you guys. Masterpiece is not coming back, but I will say multiple people hit me up about ban list opinions through Market Watch and said Dynamite Knight could come back to multiple though. I don't disagree. Dynamite Knight's fine with Diagram at 1 and everything going on. And 6969, not so nice. For some reason, Gem Knight Master Diamond's getting bought out. Just a note, Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 is reprinting in DT Rarity, and I hope this flops so bad we don't get Hidden Arsenal Chapter 2, but I bet you it's already in the freaking works. Hopefully after Legendary Duel Season 3. But since they're reprinting in DT technology, and Master Diamond could be among the cards reprinted, although sometimes Konami likes to dodge reprinting FDK cards, the Secret Rare is still super cheap. You have another Starfoil version people aren't even looking at. Shatterfoil right there. Another version of it right there that looks almost the same, just not Ultra. All these different versions yet. This goes to the moon, and I don't know why. Somebody in Zodiac made a thread asking about this card, looking for it. If somebody bought it out just out of spite, that would be hilarious. But maybe there's a deeper reason. Let me know in the comment section down below. You all are trying to just FTK with Gem Knights. You hope Brilliant Fusion will come back. Ultimate Brilliance actually gone down over time when we looked at like reasonings for this, so I have no clue. And there's so many other nice Gem Knight cards that are just slept on even if they're low quantity, yet just reappear in low prices. This is why I don't necessarily like DT buyouts. There's just so many physically of these cards floating around, even if they seem like genius moves that should be $10, they're often just low in price. That being said, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Hopefully you enjoy these different twists and turns during this season where there seems to be less happening, yet there's a lot of sinking value than a lot of 5-head buyouts because people are bored and have too much money to spend within the market and they feel like they gotta move things. And it is pretty smart to move cards that could be reprinted in the 10s and put them in things that are more solid. But when you put your cash back and actually consider stuff like Droplet could continue to fall and you are gambling and there's no guarantees in the future with cards like that. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this conversation. Let me know what you think about these kind of different paced market watches where we include more things like that and different pathings throughout the market, because I've actually been enjoying it too. It's stuff that I want to talk about more, but I felt like I had to get to the news, get to the cards that are changing, and we can take multiple market watches to do that and kind of make these length market watches where it's almost 2 volumes of information in one market watch. I don't mind that when I'm having fun like this.